Okay, so get this. Google's going nuclear.
Really? Going nuclear?
Yeah, nuclear. Well, not in like a mushroom cloud kind of way.
Huh.
It's about energy and AI, and it's kind of blowing my mind. We're diving into this article about Google's latest move to power their AI ambitions.
Yorami.
So they're partnering up with a company called Kairos Power
Kairos Power.
to build these small nuclear reactors, and get this, specifically to power their AI data centers.
Okay, that's a pretty big deal. I mean, we've talked about the energy demands of AI before, but to go nuclear, that's a whole other level.
Right. And the article says they're aiming to have this up and running this decade. This isn't some far off sci fi concept. This is happening now. So, for everyone listening, we're talking about the future of AI and the future of energy colliding head on.
And it makes sense in a way. When you think about the sheer scale of data these AI systems are processing, the energy consumption is mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's not like I'm just asking my smart speaker to play some music here. We're talking massive data centers running 24/7, crunching numbers, doing all sorts of crazy complex calculations.
Exactly. And it's only going to get more intense. Remember that Goldman Sachs prediction. Global energy consumption by data centers is on track to more than double by the end of the decade.
Yeah, more than double. That's insane. So Google's looking at this looming energy crisis and they're thinking, what's the most reliable, powerful energy source out there?
And they land on
Tiny nuclear reactors.
tiny nuclear reactors. It sounds wild, right? But it's not as far-fetched as it seems.
I mean, it still sounds pretty wild to me. How does a tiny nuclear reactor even work? And is it safe?
So these are called small modular reactors, or SMRs, and they're designed to be safer and more efficient than traditional nuclear power plants.
Okay, break that down for me. How are they different?
Well, think about a traditional nuclear reactor. It's massive, right? Like a giant power plant with all these complex systems.
Yeah, tons of things that could go wrong.
Exactly. Now, SMRs are much smaller and more self-contained. They're designed to be kind of like plug-and-play units, almost like those modular synthesizers you see in music studios.
Okay, so instead of building a whole power plant, it's like they're adding a new component to their existing data centers.
You got it. And because they're smaller and more modular, they have built-in safety features, they're easier to manage, and they produce less radioactive waste.
Less radioactive waste, that's good, right. But even a little bit of nuclear waste sounds scary.
Of course, no one's saying nuclear power is completely risk-free, but it's interesting that you mention that because the article also talks about how Microsoft is actually involved in restarting the 3 Mile Island nuclear plant.
Wait, really? That's the one that had that big accident, right?
Yeah, back in the 70s.
Mm.
So even with those risks, it seems like some major players are betting on nuclear being part of a carbon-neutral future.
So it's like a calculated risk. They're weighing the potential benefits against the potential dangers.
Exactly. And this could be the start of a whole new wave of nuclear power, all driven by our insatiable appetite for AI.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it, right? Our quest for smarter AI might lead to a whole new nuclear age. All right, everyone, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll dig deeper into the potential implications of this. Don't go anywhere.